Welcome to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. If you're a diehard 49ers fan, you're in the right place. If you're just an NFL fan, you're more than welcome to watch as well. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're tuning in. Your support really helps out a lot. So let's just get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of the stuff that's happened since the off season started. I haven't had a good long show in a while. I've been doing a lot of little TikTok things here and there and shorts, but I haven't done one of my normal episodes in a bit. So we're going to do a little recap of everything that's kind of gone on since our last game. So to start with, defensive coordinator. Super good news. We got Robert Saleh back. Bring him up here because I have a picture of him somewhere. There he is. Bring him over and do my little transition thing. So, welcome home, Robert Saleh. It's awesome that he's back. I'm excited to have him back. I think he's going to change the defense for the better. Yeah, there's only just a couple players. I think Bosa and Warner really are still the only ones really around for the defense before he left. But I think his plain energy. If you've been a fan for a long time, you've seen his energy on the sidelines when he was defensive coordinator before, and it pumps you up. It pumps the team up. Our last two coordinators didn't do that. D'Amico Ryans did do that, but then again, look what happened. He went to another team as well. So the energy is what this team needs, I think. And Robert Saleh brings that. Now, along with Robert Saleh, I'm going to switch back to me. We have a guy named Gus Bradley as a defensive assistant. That's a recent hire. It's not just a reaction to last season's struggles. It's a kind of I want to say a strategic upgrade. I think it's aiming to solidify the team's defensive identity. Back in 2017, Shanahan actually initially brought Bradley in before ultimately hiring Saleh. So now both of those defensive minds are in place, giving the 49ers a proven leader in Saleh and an experienced backup in Bradley. This duo could bring that aggression, like I mentioned before, and the play calling precision that was missing the last season, and I think the previous season. Yeah, the previous season we did go to the Super Bowl, but that passion, that aggression wasn't there. Will this be a key to fixing the 49ers defensive inconsistencies? Well, we can only hope. I think it's definitely going to help. Like I said, that energy and his experience that Saleh has and that Gus Bradley has, I think is going to turn the defensive around. And we are going to pick up some good players in the draft, which I'll talk about later in the show. And I think next year we're going to jump from as low. I don't know exactly how low we ended up being. We're like pretty bottom of the barrel defensive wise. We're going to jump back up to the top 10. I have no doubt about that. Now another player or not player coach that we got Brant Boyer, special teams coordinator now, came over from the Jets. I think Saleh had a little play in that. I think it was a strong move. The special teams for the Jets last year was really good. So any improvement right now is definitely needed. We were not doing very good for the past couple of years at special teams, and I think this will definitely help. I think he's going to have say in what happens with a few players in the draft. Probably who can we pick up in 6th or 7th round that can help us on special teams. So I think he'll have a say in that. So, but I think just his experience and how he handled the Jets situation. The Jets sucked, but their special teams are pretty damn good. So I think that's an awesome catch for us. Another thing, now going into some of the players, George Kittle. Another recent thing that happened was he's the Salute to Service award winner. I think I got a picture of him now too. Kittle. Let me bring him over here and do my little transition thing again. So I think that's a good picture of Kittle, by the way. A little venom on his arm there. You can see him right there. So and I think isn't that Master Chief over on his other arm? Anyway, George Kittle, awesome player, awesome tight end, awesome off the field as well, helping veterans. And as a veteran myself, I am very appreciative of what he's brought to help with the service community, the whole service community in general. He's an awesome individual all the way around. With that being said, he's also up for a new contract. And we all know he wants to stay in the Bay Area. He wants to be a 49er his whole career. And that's well deserved. And he should get it. And I am not expecting anything less than him getting it. And I don't know why my picture is not up here. I'm going to work on that and leave George Kittle up there as I talk. But he is definitely up for a new contract. He's come out and said that already. And I'm definitely thinking that it is well deserved. He definitely needs it. He definitely deserves it. A big contract, not some little thing either. Some big contract. That's what he needs to get. And I think I'm back. Yep, there I am. So I think he needs that. He deserves a good another 5-year contract easily. Yeah, he's up. He's getting in his early 30s here, and he's starting a family. But he is just so important to the team in general, and he's pretty safety valve. And it's the team would not be the team without him. Whenever he does finally retire, it's gonna. I hope he himself helps find his own replacement. But speaking of that, another thing, coming back to that real quick, I was listening to David Lombardi. Awesome guy. If you haven't ever watched him before, go watch him. He's one of the 49er actual journalists that cover the team, and he gets some good insights, a lot better than us fans that are doing this. So, but he was mentioning something about the whole salary cap, and giving Kittle an extension now would actually help our salary cap now as well for segue right into Brock Purdy's contract. And I do have a picture of Brock Purdy up here somewhere too. Let's get him up on the screen. And there he is. I like this picture too. But Brock Purdy is definitely, we all know he's due for his contract. We all know that it's going to be $50 million a year at least minimum. Whether you agree with that or not is, well, to be honest, it's just irrelevant if you would disagree with it or not. It's going to happen. Dak Prescott got something like that. Daniel Jones had something like that. Brock Purdy is way better than both of them. So whether you think he deserves it or not, he's going to get at least 50 million. But I also think that he's going to do a team friendly contract. I think that he is going to work with the team because he wants to stay with the team, and I think it's not going to be that bad. I think it's going to be, like I said, mid range, 50 to 60 million range. Though I've heard people think, oh, they hold leverage on him, franchise tag him, blah blah blah. That's not going to happen. I think we're going to sign him to a long term deal, and it's going to be well worth it. We've made multiple deep playoff runs with him. We made a Super Bowl with him, which, by the way, we should have won that one. It wasn't on him. And he well deserves a big contract, and he's going to get it. Let me know what you think he's going to get. We all know he's going to get something. I'm personally thinking around the 55 mil range. And it's going to be something that later on that they can restructure to help get other people later on in 2, 3, 4 years down the line. It's going to be, like I said, a team friendly contract. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, what he should get, what he will get, and what you think he deserves to get. Moving on from that, we're going to talk a little bit about free agency and the draft. The draft, I've seen, I looked at a PFF mock draft, and they're saying possibly eyeing Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr., North Dakota State's offensive line Gray Zabel to bolster the offensive line. They're looking at Arkansas's edge rusher Landon Jackson and Louisville's cornerback Quincy Riley, Alabama's defensive tackle Justin, I'm going to kill his name, Eboigbe, Eboigbe, B-E. Yeah, I'm killing his name. I apologize to you, Justin. But anyway, and then Washington wide receiver Jalen McMillan. Those all could be key additions. I'm going to keep an eye on other people's mock drafts. I'm still learning the whole mock draft thing. So if I do one, I will put it out and I'll give my reasons why. But I am definitely nowhere near professional at doing that. So let me know in the comments who you think. Tell you what, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Who will be our top 3 picks? Who's our pick 1, pick 2, pick 3? I'm still thinking I would like to go the first 2 offensive line and then a defensive edge rusher. I like how some of these players that PFF put out. I'll look at some others and let you know. It's been a long week. But what do you guys think? Who should be prioritized? What position should be prioritized? Should we go best player available? Should we be looking for George Kittle's replacement? Yeah, we're going to sign him for 3, 4 years again, but he is in his 30s. He's getting up there. We got to think about who's going to be his backup and then take over for him. So who knows what's going to happen there. Let me know what you think. Maybe even give me some ideas of who to look at, and I'll put that up on the screen. One of the things, speaking of going back to David Lombardi, watching him, he gave me some, just watching him gave me some tips on things I can look at. Like, let me put this up here. This is one of the things that he likes to look at, and I just started playing with it a bit today. It's called Pro Football Reference, and you can look at any player, any team, anything. Like here's Brock Purdy. This is his basic stuff, but I opened up his game logs, and if I pan down, as you can see, it's giving so much information. So I can start looking things up a little bit better. So hopefully by the beginning of the new season, the 2025 season when it starts, I will be able to start giving a bit more better analyzing just by looking at what we got here. Like here, playoffs: Seattle, Dallas, Philly, and then Green Bay, Detroit, Kansas City. I can look at all of this stuff. It looks pretty awesome. TV scores. Let's look at TV scores real quick. See what that looks like. 8 regular season touchdowns. Here we go. I don't know why there's this big open area, but I have to pan down a bit. So he had 1 in 2022, 2 in 2023, 5 in 2024. And this is him getting the touchdowns, not him throwing the touchdowns. Look at that. He had 2 against the Chiefs. So that Super Bowl, by the way, that wasn't on him for losing that game. He brought us back into that, and we all know the rest of that story. But yeah, I'm going to be going over this site, and then there's this one here too, called Over the Cap, and like I'm showing here, Brock Purdy's current contract this year in 2025. If for whatever reason we didn't sign him to a new contract, he's due $5 million. But that's still, that's a rookie contract total, $7 million, a little over, $7.5 million. Signing bonus, and then full hit on the cap. And we can even, we sign him, that's going to actually go down the cap number for this. So yeah, I'm going to be playing with this. I can look up any player. It's awesome. So these 2 sites I'm going to be playing with over the next whole off season, just to see what I can do with them, find with them. I don't know if I can look up. I think there's this interactive. There's a calculator, a cap calculator that I can do, or a trade calculator. I'm going to play with those, see what we can do with those. So, last note before I go. Even I've done it. I know, there's people out there that want to say, "Oh, I'm not watching the Super Bowl." The refs are all for the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL, the big one, the NFL is rigged. And even I've been a bit into that some, but just going back over it and really just giving it a good thought process. And I honestly, I don't think that the NFL is rigged. I don't think that the refs are really deep into, oh, we got to let the Kansas City Chiefs win. I honestly think that they're just, I don't know, past 5 years or so, the refs that they have just gotten worse. It's not that they are trying to help the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think that they're getting worse. We need to train the refs better, and we need to use the technology that there is. I mean, this last year, I saw, you're watching the games, and the play comes, they throw a flag, and then they have the replay assist. I think they need to get that more involved in the next several years. I almost say that the replay assist, the people in New York or wherever the replay assist thing is, the people are, they need to be allowed to throw a flag. If they see something in that time between the plays that the refs on the field didn't see, they should be able to throw a flag, or at least minimum in the last 2 minutes of every game. But I think that should be part of the game now too. Another set of eyes, plenty of eyes. That might help, or get another ref on the field, or there's plenty of other options out there. We just let me know in the comments what you think could improve the missed calls or the bad calls or whatever. Something that the NFL can do to help that whole situation. Now, I probably am going to watch the Super Bowl. I love football. I'm gonna watch it. I don't like either team. I do like the commercials, but I still want to see the teams play. You never know. A trade might happen. We get a player off one of these two teams. I like to see how they're playing. So I'm going to watch it. I think everyone else should watch it too, just because. Just be a fan. Be an NFL fan, not necessarily a 49er fan. We all are that, but just you never know. Let's see what happens. With that said, I'm going to wrap up. And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget again to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're watching this show. We'll be back next time with more insights and an analysis. And I say will, but it's only me. If anyone out there wants to join the show, let me know that in the comments as well. I can, and hopefully someone that knows more tech stuff than I do. We can all figure this out together. Until then, stay faithful, 49ers, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you are going to watch a Super Bowl, enjoy. If not, go out, have a good time any other way. Go Niners.